Stream die. Be back? What? Wait, is it still gone? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's see. 5 stam, 3 power, 4 long, 4 turf, 6 ERA finale, right-handed spring runner, firm, long corner, straightaway, and straight spurt. I mean, what do you mean you whiffed on Grey Sparks then? What are you talking about? 5 stam, 3 power, 4 long, 4 turf, 6 ERA final. Fuck right-handed, fuck spring runner, fuck firm. Long corner, straightaway, end straight, and then straight spurt. You have everything you could ever need. What do you mean? Oh, they're from Grant. That's slightly less good. That's slightly less good. Anyway, what I was saying before stream died randomly. Making Grey Spark parents for Gemini CM is silly. It's legitimately kind of a waste of your time and effort. You won't be able to afford any of the skills that you're sparking anyway. You'll see it this run, right? You can't run any superfluous races because your stat requirements are too high. You can't fit additional races in. You can't buy the skills that you're sparking. Fuck it. Get your blues, get your reds, go. The only thing you need to get going, the only thing is spurt. Straightaway spurt. That's it. That's the only thing you need to worry about. Everything else, whatever. Highly, highly whatever. If I were to make parents at the moment, I'd be making parents for Cancer CM. For the Mylar CM afterwards. Because the Mylar CM afterwards will be a 500 to 700 stamina requirement that we can sleep through if we try, honestly. Which means you can go really hard on wit speed. Meaning at the same time, you can outskill. You can outskill really heavily. And because wit is kind of like a lax game, right? Like you go 800 wit, then you can call it, even though you could go 1200 really easily. You go 1200 speed, 800 wit, and for the remaining 400 stat points that you are saving from wit, you just put those into additional races. Meaning, you can end that run on 18 to 1900 skill points, and that allows you to go on a shopping spree. So, for Mylar CM, I want to say parentage, when it comes to Grey skills, is going to be much, much more important. Much more important. But who knows? We'll see how it goes, right? I dislike this immensely. Guessing it's still going to be gold chip dominated? Yes. Correct. Correct. For different reasons, but yes. Absolutely. The fun part is that unless you can muster like a straightaway spurt somehow, you might as well run anyone else. But Golchi is going to be really, really powerful. Highly accessible, really powerful. And closer. Long races are stat checks, races with short ones are won by skills. It's kind of the opposite. Well, it's just really, really the opposite. Short races are highly, highly volatile and much more random than long races. Long races are a lot more stable. Because there's a lot of air, there's a lot of time to fill. And because of skill duration working the way that it does, long races tend to even out a lot more, which means a lot of skill firing in long races is a lot more impactful Isn't that why skill decides short races then? No, it's almost not at all. Most people will most likely have max speed and wits. For short races, you do get to add a lot more skills. You get to add a lot more into the tank of skills. That, en masse, decides more. Absolutely. However, that doesn't mean that skills are more decisive in short races. You just have more of them because you can afford to have more of them, right? The equivalent that you would otherwise be stacking into stamina, which is exactly what you don't need to do in this case, allows you a lot more liberty with how your days are running out during training. If everyone has almost the same stats. No, everyone is not always going to have the same stats. That's the first mistake you're making. Doesn't that mean that skills are what decides the race? No, it doesn't. There are a million other factors that decide short races much more than skills. First of all, any rush can be hyper-lethal. Second of all, any wit check in the middle of a race can be hyper-determinative. Thirdly, ups and downs can be a lot. Fourth, because the distances are all compacted, reaction time for Umas is going to be a lot more compact as well, which means any block is much more lethal on a short than it is on a long. Whereas on a long, you might have 300, 400 meters to run out a block. On a short, those 300, 400 meters is most of the bloody race part, right? Just formulating all of the same thing as a question, Lolix, doesn't make this better. You have more skills on a short race. The skills are an additional factor that you have to worry about on short races. They are not the determining part. It's not that skills determine more in a short race. A short race is more volatile. Every move on a short race has a much bigger impact. Skills inherently over different sized races interact with the race. For example, Lolix, take Goldship. Let's look at Goldship, okay? Goldshi's anchors away. Baseline 6-second duration, right? For a 1,600 mile, that equates to... I don't want to do the math. 10 seconds? Let's say it lasts about 10 seconds, right? About 10 seconds. Actually, it's 9.6 seconds. Wait, that was pretty easy. Never mind, math is easy. In those 9.6 seconds, quite a lot of things happen. However, in a long race, 3,200, that shit lasts 19.2 seconds. A lot more horse movement is happening in 19.2 seconds that falls within the purview of anchors away being active. What I'm making is that since you don't have to stretch yourself as thin in multiple stats, Yes, Lollis, I understand the point you're making. You're repeating the same sentence over and over again, and it's getting infuriating now. You live in this magical world where all of these stats are going to be all equal and no one else will have anything else. That's inherently already not the case. It is easier to reach stat caps because one of the stats that you need to cap isn't a stat that doesn't interact with anything else. It is therefore easier. You have more leeway to do other things. But your understanding of this is entirely faulty. Oh, everyone's gonna create this Giga Uma, so I need to learn more skills to put in there. No, your skill choice is going to be determinative. Absolutely, that matters. But it's not about whether everyone can cram this in and therefore you have to... I'm done talking about this with you now. This is ridiculous. Holy shit. That is inherently not how this works. Done. Hey, Bildry. How you doing? I steal Duckling? How dare you? How dare you? I Oh god, the stream fully disconnected, huh? I see. I see, I see, I see. Every now and again, OBS does funny things, I suppose. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, Quack. Well, it's a good thing you're playing that now, Quack, because I was about to not talk for a minute because I need to, like, re-add water to this water bottle. Quack. In the meantime, while I do that, Quack, Naruto Taishin in the middle of the field. Can we go to the outside, Quack? Can we please go to the outside? She doesn't seem like she wants to go to the outside, Quack. 800 meters remaining. The joy of end closing, I swear. The absolute joy that is end closing, Quack. There we go. Outside, 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 outside. Taishin, please be nice about this. We really can't afford to lose any of these, Quack. This is probably why we're picking up Encroaching Shadow early, Quack. Very likely why we're picking up Encroaching Shadow early. There goes Tiny Horse, Quack, and Tiny Horse is off. Why is the max quality 864p? Because it's... Why indeed, Bildry? Why indeed? Why indeed? So, what are the chances that we can make it through 11 races without end closing? What are the chances? Hey, Njord, because this Twitch doesn't want to pay more money. It's not really that. That's not really the case, but I also do not feel massively inclined to go into the intricacies of Twitch broadcasting right now. Like, no. Just no. It's the way that it is, Bildry. It's the way that it is. We can all acknowledge that Twitch isn't like the greatest website ever. Or even anywhere in the same ballpark as the greatest website ever. But it's the way that it is. What are we gonna do with this? We're pressing guts, that's what we're gonna do with this. Please stop me from pressing more guts. Thank you, stamina button. Thank you kindly. I still prefer it over whatever the fuck YouTube is. Yeah, like, YouTube streaming is just not an environment. YouTube streaming as a content creator isn't great unless you're already making static content, right? And other than that, it's abysmal. There is no alternative. Realistically speaking, there simply is no alternative. That is a problem for multiple reasons. But I actually like YouTube more in some aspects. As a viewer or as a content creator? As a viewer. There's a couple of things that as a viewer really annoy me. Like YouTube chat, for example, is kind of shit. But my main problem with it stems from streaming. As a streamer, it wants you to not live stream. It wants you to make video content, to make edited content. And unless that is exactly what you're doing, YouTube has worse discoverability than Twitch. And Twitch is already bad. I will never remember which one of these is the stamina one. It's the bottom one, right? Never mind, I will remember that it's the bottom one. What are you all doing? The over for stream is just absolute dog shit. The layout, like the entire page layout sucks ass. Like your labeling, your categorizing, your anythings of stream on YouTube are completely awful. It's not good. I like the ability to rewind during live stream, for example. Yeah, like on Twitch right now, you have to go to like the streamer's VOD page and then click on the actively ongoing VOD and then like rewind in that, and that doesn't work, right? Like that really doesn't work all that well. That is an advantage. That's absolutely an advantage. Yep. It's now been around for how long? I mean, they've never really prioritized it, right? At one point they tried to like grab some people for it contractually, but that's really the only thing they've ever done with the entire thing. We're grabbing Spurt early because we don't have hints for it anyway. Honestly, we're grabbing Wolf early because we don't have hints for it anyway. Hey, Kensei, good afternoon. May 2013, yeah. I can bring my phone but someone is 20 seconds in the past. Yeah, use a different device on a different delay, exactly. I miss Microsoft's live stream offering. Mixer had some cool tech. Why did Mixer eventually fail? Like, I remember the news of like, yeah, Mixer is failing and everything. Was it just like no viewership? What caused it to go to hell? Because I remember, obviously, the big deals at the start of it, like the exclusivity stuff, and then, woo! And then just nothing came of it. Kensei, thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate that. Microsoft management. Honestly, Freb, true. YouTube has 0 latency for streams, while Twitch still has at least 2 to 3 seconds. 0 latency isn't physically possible, Hungry Ghostry. That's just like flat out not how physics works. Like, what do you mean doesn't have any latency at all? And then like at all capitalized as well, as if 0 latency was a thing that existed. Are you okay? Like, I don't have 0 latency on my monitor. That shit doesn't exist. 0 is not an achievable number. What do you mean? No viewership, and they didn't want to play the same, pouring money into until the pit is leveled off that YouTube and Twitch did. I mean, they did play that at the very start, no? How much money did they pour into, what was his fucking name, Ninja? Move faster than the speed of light. Even light doesn't travel at 0 delay. What do you think of Haru Urara meta for the Gemini Cup? Haru Urara isn't going to be meta. Haru Urara exists for one reason and one reason only, to kill Sleeping Lion. Every other reason to bring Haru Urara is fucking stupid. And while I'm not normally in the habit of insulting my audience, in this case I am. Because, and you are stupid for considering it. Like, absolutely awful. People forget what meta means. Like, oh, some random shill on YouTube says, like, you can bring Haru, and this now does something. Everyone goes like, it's the new meta! It's not. It's not even good. Let alone the meta. God, some people. We literally have the statistics for horses used during CM, doing Gemini CM on JP, Korea, and Taiwan. We like literally know what the meta is. And it sure as fuck isn't Haru Urara. Is your daily reminder that light takes about 8 minutes to travel from the sun to Earth and that everything you see is actually in the past? Yeah, and every star you see at night is probably dead. YouTube's biggest live stream benefit is they encode on their end, where Twitch just makes the streamer do all the work. I mean, they have the muscle for it, right, Jimmy? They have the muscle for it. The meta's light. No, it's not! Like, the meta literally exists. There is always going to be a most effective tactic available. By the nature of games, by the nature of problem solving, there will always be one thing that is more efficient than anything else. That is, by definition, the meta. Whether that is what the players are following or what they're developing is a different problem entirely. Meta's an acronym. Surprise! Who would have thought? It's yes and no, Hungry Ghosty. Yes and no. Obviously, meta also describes like the greater, right? Like the greater structure around something. Which came first? I don't know. Don't ask me. If you went Umo, do you know what your special would be called? Yes. Loud Rant. Or two things that have trade-offs that are roughly equal. There's always going to be one thing that's better than another, Malum. Whether that better is perceptible or not is a different question entirely. What is most efficient isn't always what people are going for, right? Like, let's look at speedrunning. Sometimes in speedrunning, certain strats are so difficult to pull off that while they would be more efficient, they are not widely utilized. It's deemed like not worth the time, right? That doesn't mean that one of them isn't better than the other. People don't always mean exactly what it means when they say words. Yeah, then do that somewhere else. So, okay, let's talk about Haru, Urara. We talked about Haru yesterday, right? We talked about Haru yesterday. Let's go talk about Haru real quick. The argument that is being made to bring Haru Urara for Champions Meet is twofold. First of all, Front Haru is a way to slow the field down. It's a way to make a pace setter that is slower than the rest of the field. What does that do? It sets up an environment where the entire field slows down and therefore consumes less stamina over a given distance. However, in the current CM in Taurus, you can bring that and then be slightly lower on stamina requirement than the rest of the field and be okay. Because your opponents will likely have trained for max stamina, right? Or for decent stamina. So you get a small advantage, they get nothing. They already had enough stamina anyway. For Gemini CM, if you bring a Front Haru, you're using their stamina, but you cannot guarantee that your opponents are max stamina because the majority of the player base will not be able to field 1200 stamina 2 to 3 gold recoveries. The majority of the player base will not be able to do that. Meaning, you kill one of your slots to benefit yourself and both of your opponents. How charitable of you. That's a really cool idea. On top of that, you are relying on the fact that there is no other frontrunner. Something that was possible during Taurus Cup, where frontrunners weren't all that good, but Seiyun Sky releases in 2 weeks. Gemini Cup is going to be full of frontrunners. Seiyun Sky isn't wonderful in there, but you can be sure as shit that people are going to try out their new toy. I will be. Frontrunner Haru, Haru slowdown, Haru anything, inherently doesn't work if she is not the pace setter. That just doesn't work. So as soon as you have other frontrunners, you run risk of exploding. Meaning now you've sacrificed one of your slots for nothing. The argument of pace setter Haru is entirely fucking stupid. However, there is one other argument that is being made in order to bring Haru, and that is Narita Taishin. One of Narita Taishin's stamina recovery skills is called Sleeping Line. And Sleeping Line has a very, very weird activation requirement. It needs you to be within the last 25% of the pack. If a Haru is on the field, she will be so bad at accelerating and so slow that 25% of the pack is going to be very, 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 very far off in the distance. Nowhere near Narita Taishin. Taishin is likely going to be like in the 50, like everyone's going to be in the top 50% of the area. The reason that happens is because it measures the distance between the first horse, whoever's front running or front setting, and Haru, who is somewhere at the starting line. That means Sleeping Line cannot activate. By bringing Haru Urara, you kill Sleeping Line. There is a couple of issues with that. First of all, this was originally brought up during the JP communities kind of as a funny joke. Like, haha, look at this funny interaction. Since then, it's been translated and retranslated and retranslated, and the joke part has been dropped, and people think this is somehow a legitimate strategy. So like, late Haru, no, you can run her in any position, Malum. It doesn't matter what position she's in. On top of that, there's a pretty simple counter to this. And that is that if you're planning on building Narita Taishin for this, you are bringing 3 recovery skills. In case one of yours doesn't activate because of wit, or in case some random fuckhead decides to bring a Haru for some reason. In essence, you're killing one of your slots to counter a redundant recovery skill. The times that this is going to matter is fucking nil. Like, it just does not matter. It just does not matter. You are shooting yourself in the leg for some nebulous, stupid benefit that is just not anything. That is just not anything. So by all means, please go do that. Haru Urara is neither the meta nor is she anti-meta. She is, under very specific circumstances, if your opponent's bad, a way to make Narita Taishin not regain as much stamina. It doesn't make her slower, it doesn't make her accelerate worse, it makes her not activate one of her 3 stamina skills. Cool. Like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I'm all for constantly happening for the purpose of revealing people would rather stare into clouds than brain, yeah. Does it hit anchors away? That's a good question. 1 second. I can give you an answer to that momentarily. I feel like we looked this up yesterday. I feel like someone asked me this yesterday and I since then forgot the answer. No. Anchors away looks at order rate, not at distance diff rate. So order rate, so Golchi's Anchors Away looks at 3 stats. It looks at distance rate, which is just the progress of the race, right? And you need to be more than 50% into the race and under 60% into the race. That has nothing to do with where any horse is. And then it asks you, hey, what's your order rate? Are you within 5th position or later? Irrelevant where those positions are. As long as you're 5th or later, that activates. Distance diff rate, Narita Taishin Sleeping Lion condition, inherently works differently than that. It wants you to be in a distance rate of your pack, right? That's all it is. But no, it doesn't hit Anchors Away. If Haru hit Anchors Away, if Anchors Away was a distance diff rate skill, that would be hilarious, and honestly, maybe even worth the consideration at that point. Might actually be worth considering then. Like I'm listening to a TED Talk. Welcome to every single one of the UMA streams. The thing that I've been doing more than playing UMA XL is talking about UMA. Actually, that's the main thing I'm doing. Some weird one where everyone's Urara. I wish we could field more than 3 Uraras. Killing 2 unique skills would be way more worth it. I mean, you're not killing 1 unique skill, you're killing a stamina skill. So, you have a club? No, I don't. Don't worry. I didn't bother making one. Never bothered making one. Not about to start either. I do need to find a better club though. Like we did a similar discussion about Evil Nature last time as well. Yeah, and look how right I was. Behold, I was entirely correct. Woo! Okay, this one is dead now. Sleeping Lion isn't unique. It is not. It's just a gold skill. It is just a gold skill. But the difference when I try to run 3 aces. It's hard to argue with that because you don't have any stats about this, and all you have is like you felt the difference. Meanwhile, your opponents might not have even been comparable when you tried different things. So like, what do you want me to say here? Like, I'm glad you feel that way. Pat, your feelings are valid. Sure. The truth is that Taurus-CM has 1,000,001 counters to you running a natty. As in, just get enough stamina, lol. Which isn't all that difficult to do. What do you want me to argue against? If you felt that it helped, then good on you. That's great. In reality, all that natty really is, this CM, is an easily filled slot, because debuffs are easy to train. That doesn't mean they're good. Not all that difficult to do. Less difficult than running aces. Like, oh, my 3 Boros for the day are gone. Might as well just like run a natty for 2 or 3 runs until you have something that sort of kind of works. Right. Thank you. You're welcome, Avid, I guess. That's the Glutton event, right? We're doing early Glutton? We're doing early Glutton. That's cool. I love early Glutton. Can I have another one? Almost. I saw the background and got excited. I saw the background and got excited. And I would have loved to see... Wit training here. All I know is if I was the only nature on the field, I won. If I saw 2 other natures, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, but is that because your opponents had enough stamina? Is it because you didn't have enough stamina to live through the debuffs? Is it because, like, you randomly got blocked? Is it because? Like, there's 1,000,001 reasons why this could happen that have nothing to do with... with that natty existing, you know? There's 1,000,001 reasons. This event is awful. This is minus 15 energy. We never want to see this. Most people are free to play and will have a hard time fielding decent Umas. I mean, that's what I was saying, but I thought everyone had such an easy time to go like max speed, max wit all the time, and like, oh, it was all gonna be skills. Oh. Here's the problem. Jokes aside, right? Natty works in a very specific niche. If your opponent already is already out of stamina, or already low on stamina, then you don't need the natty, you're winning already. If your opponent has just the right amount of stamina for the race, but just the right amount of stamina, then natty helps you to make that no longer the case. Wonderful. If your opponent high rolled or is a whale or has just too much stamina anyway, then once again natty does nothing. There is a small margin of success, a small like golden area where nice nature on the field while also proccing, while being in range, does the things that she needs to do. Whether you think that shooting for that zone is worth a slot on your team or not, that's on you. That's on you. I tried The Sims and CM3 seems to want Turf S more than Mile S. Is it because we don't have enough time to accelerate, Hori? Is that because we do not have enough acceleration time? Funny thing is that Mateo didn't have enough stamina to live debuffs, so if someone brought a debuff, she perished, but in doing so, I watched her box the opponents a lot. Haha, I might not win anymore, but neither are you. I'm lying on the ground now. There would simply be a higher margin of players this early on who just barely squeak over the line compared to next year and onward. Yes and no. Kind of yes and or no. So, the races that we're running do not change over time, right? Like a 3,200 meter is always going to be a 3,200 meter and is always going to require this and this much stamina. However, if you've seen some of the future screenshots, you might see horses with 1,800 stamina and you might go like, well, why? There are other mechanics later down the track that tie into having a lot of stamina and doing something with that. So at that point, taking away stamina to take away opponents' access to those mechanics becomes relevant again. Which means, even in a later developed game, where people have all of the stats all the time, please, thank you, debuffing stamina becomes relevant for different reasons. I'm really fucking tired of this now, because Lolix seems to make the argument that people can just do this, and they can just get all of the skills, but then, oh, people can't do this. Like, they're trying to have it both ways. Either this is super easy, or it isn't. And like, I'm fucking tired of this discussion, and the next person to bring it up just gets timed out. Because this is the last word about this. Leave it. Was Sprint CM? It was misinformation. But it is like acceleration zone related, or like acceleration time related, right, Hori? That is still interesting information. That is still interesting information. I know I'm a little late, but 2 gold stamina drains is barely above the recovery of 1 gold recovery. Yeah, exactly. 3%. And the 2 recovery, the 2 drains we have right now don't even work that way. That doesn't even work that way. I'm excited for the thought of Bakushin CM. Yeah, if only that was Bakushin CM and not, what, Smart Falcon? It's not even Smart Falcon, it's like Falcon, Kuren, right? Oh, rushed early. Cool. This is Smart Falcon CM. Yeah, Smart Falcon is a pretty good runner later down the line, yeah. Samamaru, once Samamaru comes out, Samamaru is going to be one of the Umas in every CM from there on out. Every single one. It's going to be very, very fun. I mean, you need to make a new one for every CM, sure. You can't just run the same one. But, like, she will be one of the top contenders for, like, every single one of them. Smart Falcon stock's going up. There's a reason why I wouldn't have minded pulling one. But obviously, I wasn't going to put resources into it. Who can pull Falcon and Kuren? There will be Bakushin. Hannah, even if you bring Falcon and Kuren, you need 3. Bakushin the 3rd, let's go. I rolled Falcon with one of the free rolls? Hell yeah, that's actually wonderful. I was hoping for that, that's why I was yelling free Falcon all the time, but it didn't happen. Well done, well done. Working on building Smart Falcon, I just need better Umas to start make her better. I mean, what are you building her for? If you're making a race Falcon right now for team trials, sure. But like, it's a bit too early to prepare her for CM, huh? Taishin, please. Taishin, thank you. Last one is obviously Haru. She wants to race and I'm not telling her no, she might cry. No, you bring her to cheer her friends on. That way she can't cry because she needs to be brave for them. Like, mind you, Falcon is, like, close enough to Turf that you can totally make a Turf Falcon. Like, Turf Falcon is very, very real. Very, very real. Admittedly, Falcon is going to be the determining horse for every dirt CM to ever happen. But that's like, what, 6, 7 CMs from now? Whatever. I'm a B rank one made by mistake? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. She's like, she starts on what, like D? Bring my sparks together for spring CM so I can bring gold. Wasn't you that said I'm so tired of this Golchi shit, Jimmy? Wasn't that you? Now there's more Golchi propaganda? Small legs means that Taishin can hit the ground sooner than everyone else, thus she goes faster. Is that how that works? I have a 3-star stamp, Suzuka, to start trying to make 9 stars. I mean, for what? For Sprint CM? Like, you don't want stam on Sprint CM, that's the problem. I'm tired of Gold Chip? I mean, yeah, I get it. I did nothing for a week but trying to create a good Golchi. That's kind of the big problem that I'm going to be having. The price that I get for finishing this Taishin is going to be able to run the same setup, but with Golchi. And like, you know... You know... Stop it. Oh, no, whatever you're doing, keep going. Oh, just generally, I would like to have a 9. Yeah, that makes sense. If Golchi has 0 haters, I'm no longer of this world. Claire, no! No! We're resting too much. It's the first year and we're resting too much already. First Dirt CM is Aquarius Cup, which is the 9th. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. Early Dober actively dislikes you if you're male. What, like Dober, like IRL Dober, or the horse, or the Uma? Before final CM match for Taurus. Yeah, we'll see whether I'm awake by that time, Chrono. I couldn't clear the El Condor Legend run when it was out, and now that empty trophy slot haunts me. So at least we'll get the ability to get the trophies later down the line, right? You're just gonna have to bear with it a little while longer. Just a little while longer. But I can understand why that would be annoying. I've cleared all of them so far, so... Here's to hoping that that trend keeps holding up. And they don't come back. That's not really how they work. So they don't get rerun, but we get a chance to grab the trophies again through like a sub-menu. The legend races themselves don't get rerun. This sucks. This is such a waste to press. Distance is such a good event, but just not like that. Practice perfect. That's not the right time to get practice perfect, unfortunately. It just is not. Legend runs don't get rerun? No, they don't. That's what Jimmy said. They added them to a Pikachu that you just test yourself against them, which can give you the trophy if you win. Thank you, Jimmy. But no, they don't get rerun. Imagine if they got rerun, that would just mean run both of the legend races and now you have that horse. That would be a bit very free-to-play friendly. We can't have that! Is Narita the smallest horse or is it Flower? I might be Flower. I don't think it's Narita. Like, she's taller than Haru, right? Prediction? Get a mod to do it, otherwise I'm not gonna bother. History has taught me that it's about 3 people that press the prediction button anyway. That's not worth the bloody effort anymore, Chrono. What do you run with sprinters? 4-2, 4-3, 4-3, that would be broken. 3-3. And then pick your poison. If you have really good skills on parents to inherit, then go wit. If you don't, just go power, fuck it. I'm likely just gonna go speed power. Acceleration matters, like, a lot. And any wit up, like, beyond 800 is largely wasted anyway. Well, it's not wasted, but... We're losing this, aren't we? Taishin, why? Come on, Tiny Horse. Tiny Horse? Be the Tiny Horse. You got this. Just get through. Just, like, jump through the legs. It'll be fine. We're blocked. We're blocked. Oh, wait. Wait, Taishin? No! You had the line! You had the line right there, Taishin! No, come on! She switched off the winning lane. She switched off the fucking winning lane into being behind Tachyon to pull past on the wrong side. Seven. Seven. This is the fastest set of 3 campaigns I have ever run. This is the fastest set of 3 campaigns I have ever run. Losing that race, by the way, is kind of fine. Having to do an extra race for 7 fans isn't. We can't afford to burn that extra day on random dog shit like this. Realized I only need 9 more pieces, so rip my dwindling statues. Oh, for what horse? Oh, for Rudolph? Oh, hell yeah, Saraiden. Hell yeah. Number 3! This is an ace run. Yeah, Naruto Taishin is certainly isn't a parent. Like, you certainly do not make her into a parent. She has almost nothing to offer in that regard. Almost nothing to offer. How do you decide what support cards to level? Because I'm kind of doing it blindly. Honestly, Lokichu, you kind of pick the 3 best ones that you have within one category and then level those. Except for Guts. And Wit, you kind of only pick 2. And then you start again from the beginning and you pick the next best. Like, let's say you look at speed. You pick the 3 best speed cards you have, level those to max. Then you pick the 3 best stamina cards. Then you pick 1 or 2 of your best power cards. Ignore all Guts cards. Then you pick 1 or 2 of your best Wit cards. Once you've done that, go back to speed, find the next best speed card you have, level that. Then move over to stamina. Rinse, repeat. The way that you decide which ones are mostly via how good your locks are. Most cards, like with Umas, it's very difficult to say what a good Uma is and what a bad Uma is. Because a lot of them can be made to run a lot of things, obviously. With cards, it's a lot more clean cut. With cards, it's a lot easier to decide whether a card is good or bad. So, unfortunately, like, the dumb answer, and I know that's not the answer you're looking for, but the dumb answer is really just, you level the good ones. The YouTubers that said that Naruto has a decent end phase apparent just gaslight us. I mean, what would make her a decent end parent? Nyx, what do you think would make her a decent end parent? Her unique is, like, trashed here. Nemesis is absolutely worthless. You can make her inherit Straightaway Spurt, which is something that you can just give to anyone else as well. I want to throw. I want to just, like, throw this away. Can I rage quit a stream? If this doesn't cure, I'm ending stream. Never mind. She heard you talking shit. She's been performing like shit. What do you want me to do? This would be so much less tilting if it wasn't limited to 3 runs per day. This would be so much less tilting if it was not limited like that. Alas, it is. You already rage quit once today. This is the no, I mean like. Fair argument, Jimmy. I've had way worse runs. I mean, yeah, same. Usually, however, there is an incentive to keep the run going in some way, shape, or form. And this is just not the case anymore, right? I realize doing non-borrow grinds is not the best idea. You can do non-borrow grinds for certain things, absolutely. But not for your aces, obviously. Unless you have the perfect parents yourself. In which case, go crazy. But then you're already immune to this, right? Vodka 3-star? Hell yeah, Hannah. Well done, well done. This looks less worse than my average Rise Shower run. Yeah, but I don't want, like... Aphid, forgive me, but like... Your runs aren't really like the bar that I want to measure myself against. That's not like really the measurement here. Did JP just get more borrows or something? I mean, currently they have 50. But that's obviously like way into the game's lifespan. Way into the game's lifespan. It'll be a while. And you rerun Vodka now, that's a 3-star? Yeah. There's a bunch of Umas that I still need to rerun now that I have like decent stars for them as well. Like there is a good bunch. Am I saying your runs are bad? No, what I'm saying is that the requirement, the minimum requirement for this to be a worthwhile run is way higher than like your Rice runs. I've seen your Umas, sir. They're getting better. Absolutely, you are improving, and that is great to see. But that is not the minimum measurement for this. How in the world do you get the TP to run 50 in a single day? That's real stockpiling. Real talk, refreshing energy costs 10. That's how. Like, if we just wanted to make an average Taishin, we could do that. We could finish the other 2 runs that we've already, like, abandoned. We could just play those. That's fine. The reason why we're quitting these runs this early is because no matter what happens for the rest of the run, the Narita Taishin that comes out of the run is not going to be good enough. It's not going to be fit for purpose. There is no point in me having a 900, 1200 Narita Taishin. I already have one, right? So if at any point in the run we ascertain that the highest potential outcome is not good enough anymore, then why waste time? Why waste that time? Why not just go next? They're next to each other, that's so funny. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Sparks, maybe? It doesn't matter. Narita Taishin is never going to be apparent, Lolix. The sparks that she rolls are never going to be relevant. At all. On top of that, one of the horses we're running is a 1-star power, which I do not want to put into grandparentage. Meaning, no matter what she sparks, will never be relevant. There is no positive outcome for a substandard Narita Taishin. Like, you can try to find other reasons. You will not be able to come up with one. There is none. There simply is nothing. Okay, we've made it past it. We've made it past the fan requirement. Hurrah! I just wish they gave us more stamina or stamina filling items. Yeah, eventually we will, right? Like we're following Granblue basically. And Granblue stamina is a like thing that exists, but it really doesn't. Oh, this is abysmal. She's small and cute. No one's arguing that she isn't. I'm arguing there's no point in finishing the run. Like, which part about that is difficult. Like, how do I express this in like terms that make sense? How do I express this in a term that makes sense to people? Imagine you are cooking. Am I free to play? No, not even close. Not even close. Imagine you're cooking and you've decided you are making... What's a nice dish? You're making, I don't know. Fuck. Why can't I not think of any food? What's a simple fucking food dish people make? You're making chili, okay? You've decided you're making chili, okay? You're setting out all your ingredients. And while you do that, while you start making this chili, you realize that the meat that you bought is off and is already molding and is actively rotting. You throw the meat away. You don't make the chili just to finish it. This is the same process. It doesn't matter how much you like chili. It doesn't, like, there's no point to it. You throw it away. You're telling me that if you get a 3-stamp 3 long spark, you don't use it at least as a grandparent? Yes, because I already have that, Lolix. I already have that, and I'm not using her because she's awful. Like, oh my god, I'm so fucking tired of arguing with you. I'm so fucking tired of arguing with you. I'm telling you a thing, and the next thing you do is directly question the thing I just told you. And then I have to reiterate the thing I just told you. Yes, that is precisely what I'm telling you. If this wasn't the 10th time I'd have to do that with you today, I'd be less annoyed. But holy shit, you keep pulling this. Ugh, yes, that's precisely what I am telling you. She could get 3-star stamina, 3-star long, 3-star the world's best blowjob, and I'd go, that's not a good parent. I don't give a shit. Oh. Once the parent boosts even come around, I'll have some pretty nice ones, but until then I struggle. That's one thing that we're currently struggling with, like pretty much across the board, Loki2, you're right. That is very, very much an issue. This rolls into another reason why Naruto Taishin is not a good parent. In general, compatibility is going to be pretty damn low, and if you're not training for parentage to begin with, you are not fixing compatibility anyway. Which means she's never going to be good. No matter what her sparks are. That's not a button I should have pressed, but I was being mad instead of looking at my screen. La 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 la. Don't worry, never punished. It's fine. We're already behind like 100 stats on each, right? And our friendship training has not worked out across the board. Our piles have been non-existent. This run is also very over. We're gonna keep playing this for a second longer, but this is also not happening. Hey Alex, how you doing? 3-star blue spark just once, 200 runs is still none. I mean, that part at least I got covered, but... I'm having terrible luck winning G1s with a parent deck. God, yes. Here's the worst part of it all, Claire. Here's the worst part. Even if you fix up your compatibility right now, it doesn't matter yet, right? Because right now the compat fixing that we can do is +1. Before the patch for it, when it becomes +3, it's almost inconsequential. And a parent you make right now has a chance to still be relevant when that happens, because they do fix it retroactively. They do change it retroactively for all existing horses already. But there's also every chance in the world that that parent isn't going to be relevant by the time that we have that fix. So like, how important is compat fixing right now? It depends on how hard you want to try, right? Yeah, Ghost Tree, I don't understand it either. I would like for sparks to simply be portrayed and the horse still be sorted by a different criteria. But that's just not possible. You have to sort by sparks, and the sorting by sparks is utterly inconceivable. How do you fix compatibility? G1 racing. So, right now, when you make a parent, the parent checks their grandparent. And if the parent has won, let's say, the year 2 Arima Keenan, and the grandparent has won the year 2 Arima Keenan, then you get a +1 to compatibility. If the other grandparent has also won the Arima Keenan, you get another +1 to compatibility. And if the parent on the other side has won the Arima Keenan, you get another +1. Which means 1 year 2 Arima Keenan is +3 compatibility. Right now, that is true for every G1, G2, and G3 race in the game. So if you want to make good parents, you set up your grandparents with the same G1s, G2s, and G3s as everyone else in that legacy. However, later down the line, this gets changed. The way this gets changed is that G3 and G2 races are going to get eliminated, and instead G1 races are going to count for 3 points each. Which means if your parent won the Arima Keenan, grandparent 1 won it, that's +3, grandparent 2 won it, that's +6 overall, the other parent won it, that's +9 overall. That is a lot. +9 is a whole lot, actually. You can reliably line up the same 10-ish medium races for most horses across the board, which means if everyone within those lines has those 10 medium G1s in, that's +90. Do epithets also get changed? Epithets don't matter. Epithets don't matter for anything. Because +1 isn't like all that big and the +3 change isn't something we have right now, compat fixing at the moment can feel a bit futile. Overall, +30 is still a lot if you can line up 10 races across all those Umas. That is still a lot. But it can feel like you're trying to swim against a very, very, very strong river. Right? I guess you have to spam races. Yeah. Yeah. So, because Naruto Taishin is not going to be running these races, and in general doesn't have like a super good... Okay, never mind. Doesn't in general have like a super good overlay with other parents to begin with, it doesn't matter what spark she rolls. We're back to that point. It doesn't matter. Something I want is when filtering sparks, when I do a search and set the filter for the kind of Uma I need, and I ask 2 or 3 spark only show the Uma with the 2 or 3 spark on the other option I searched. What? Hold up. Something I want is when filtering sparks, when I do a search and set the filter for the kind of Uma I need, and I ask 2 or 3 spark only, it only show the Uma with the 2 or 3 spark on the other option I searched. You want an AND filter. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, right now it's an OR filter, right? And that's just, yeah, the search is awful effort, you're right. There's even a milestone mission for collecting epithets either. No, epithets are entirely, do you like this horse? Get her some fancy titles. Bitches love titles, right? Triple Crown, Tenno Sweep epithets on extra +1 compat if shared, so collect +4 for shared Triple Crown. Huh. I didn't know that. B, still worthless. I lost the plot midway. Yeah, I realized that effort. Hey, Cream Dream, how you doing? The Goat's always a funny title. I remember my first Goat. I got it on TM Opera O. I saw that the title existed, like on a social media post somewhere, and was like, I need this. And then I tried really hard, and it took like 3 tries. And now I just randomly get it on horses that have like throwaway runs. The difficulty over time, obviously, has lessened due to the acquisition of knowledge. Speaking of knowledge, we're about to get into summer. Friendship training isn't done at the start of summer. Doing good, how are you? This is the third run of this in the span of... less than 2 hours. And not a single one of them has made it out of year 2. So, roughly like that. Roughly like that. And it's this. It's single training across the fucking... like, across the board. It's single training into single training into single training into nothing. It is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. There's nothing we get to do about it. Like I said, this would be less frustrating if I didn't know that that was all of the trainings I'd be running for the next 24 hours, right? Like, the next time I get to try this again is once our Boros reset. And it's just such an awful system. It's just so bad. Like, I don't want to press any of these buttons. They all suck. Shriveled on the vine, indeed. I was about to complain, and then I looked at the date, and no, it's October. This is just normal. Alright, can we luck out? Can we? Can we? Can we? Can we? Can we? Can we? Oh my god! Okay. So that's the best possible outcome. That is the single best possible outcome. It does not inherently get better than Shrine Cure into Claw Machine. Now, the Claw Machine unfortunately needs to work. Oh! No! She do a little flip. She do a little flip. Wait, that was too... No, I suck at this so hard. I'm so bad at this. Nope. We're not winning this. This is not happening, unfortunately. Okay, never mind, we're out. We only needed one. We only needed one. We only needed one. Okay. Condition cured. We're back to good mood. We got a hint out of it as well. Cool. We're still behind by about 150 stat points now. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose. Getting Taishin a Taishin plushie that's bigger than she is? Hell yeah. This is a stark reminder of the fact that we need to buy this and this. And just use a timer for the claw machine. What would that do? What would that accomplish, Rhyme? We should put you a few 4-friend trainings. 4 friends isn't gonna really be happening. We're running 3-3 of it, so 3 is the maximum we can really get. But a couple of those would be enough. Post second summer with less than 600 in main stats is just death, right? That is the issue. All of the extra trainings are just bad on her, huh? This just keeps happening. Only realize I'm at Yurei with still 200 wit. Oh, Strider, that's rough. That is almost unplayably low. There again, we see 1. God. Yeah, the claw can just go loose. I don't know what it's based on. It seems to just be random, right? And that's okay. Just don't expect consistency in it. Your terrible friendship like this run. Indeed. Indeed. And my natural instinct is to just go next. However, there is no next. There just is no next to go for, right? Nothing. So, we might as well run this out and call that a day. Do you have the 10 or more cutest on Claw Machine title? I think so. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, Nyx. I didn't pay attention. Fucking nothing. Do we know for sure if holding for exactly 2 seconds or whatever always grabs the plushie? We know for sure that it doesn't. Prime, we know for sure that it does not. Because the orientation of a plushie on the ground actually changes where you need to grab them. It is not always the same spot. You can orientate yourself on the backdrop of the claw machine. And we know for a fact that a given plushie in the first position has its center of mass further to the left, middle, or right, depending on how it lies. This is not a timer thing. Okay, we didn't get Fast Learner either. Oh, Senior Year March, below 700 every stat. Cool. This is just all hope lost, huh? We got the Nikkei show done, so at least we're plus 25 everywhere. But because we're running kind of annoying cards for this, for the purpose of cooldown specifically, funnily enough. Well, so here's something I want to show you all. Here's something I want to show you. What does Fast Learner do? 10% reduction in cost for every skill that you can buy. So, you saw that gold inspiration, right? You saw that cool gold inspiration? Wasn't that nifty? Gold inspirations don't mean shit. What does a gold inspiration actually mean? You see a lot of people talking about this, like, oh, gold inspiration is so good, like you need this, and you need higher chances for them, because it means to get a lot of things. Not only did that gold inspiration not really give us anything worthwhile, but we got 77 stamina instead of the roughly 100 we should be getting off of this, and we have been getting pretty consistently off of this. All that gold inspiration is, all it means, is that one of your horses activated 3 or more sparks, and that's it. You can see it here. Stamina, flustered, tether. Do we care about those? Fuck no, they're meaningless. That is all a gold spark entails. That's all it means. One of your horses activated 3 or more. Then your spark turns to gold. There's no other meaning. There's no benefit to it. There is nothing. It doesn't go above the max discount. It does, Hungry Ghost Tree. It absolutely does. Pink Parent also has a higher chance of passing down their traits. No, they don't. What? That's what I saw in a YouTube clip? Yeah, that's bullshit. Your parents themselves have a higher chance to pass down their traits than your grandparents. That's it. There are people lying for clout again, Rolex. People lying for clout again. Didn't know what content to make. Better make shit up. Whee! Can I skip straight to Cinderella Grey or should I watch in order? I don't fucking know. I'm still in season 2. You portray an anime duck on the internet. Suddenly people think you know shit about anime. No, sorry. I know nothing about it, Hori. I know nothing about it. Watch what you want. That's the best thing I can tell you. I don't have a better answer for you. People are saying, oh, Pink is the mother, she gives more. Yeah, which is born off of the fact that the bloodline is handed down matriarchally, right? Like, but it doesn't matter. That's not a thing. That's not a mechanic. That is just not a mechanic. I have a, like, there is a Mew under this truck, dude. There is a Mew under this truck. Is the max level 4 or 5? It's 5, Ghost Tree, but Hint 4 and 5 only give 5% each, whereas the first 3 give 10%. So the maximum discount is 40%, and then Fast Learner is another 10. There was a Mew under the truck, though. Was there, though? Never saw the truck, but that's close enough. I'm sorry you got isekai'd. You should really check left or right on the street before you cross. Single training, single training, single training. Is this one of the worst runs we've ever done? This is one of the worst runs we've ever had, huh? Single training. God. Told you bring the cost of a skill down to 56% of its original cost, accounting for how Fast Learner applies its discount before the hints. Cool. Single training. I mean, that's double training. That's just Mayano being Mayano. Cool. This could have been it, and then it wasn't. Whatever that is, no F it. I'm not gonna do that. One of the things that I really want stream loots to do is give you the ability to like ban specific people. I would love to be able to do that. Cool, well rested. Consider entirely separate from the regular Uma series. You can watch just that and not even the main series. It's like, is it like an alternate setting or... Actually, don't tell me because I know I'm gonna watch it eventually anyway. But that's good info, Jimmy. That's good info. Well, if someone's 1 or 2, yeah, this has been abysmal. This is a punishment for all the streamer luck you've gotten before. Wait, what streamer luck though? What streamer luck though? The monkey paw has finally curled its finger. That's not how that works! No! The manga and anime are parallel worlded, basically. Very interesting. Cool. We did a Hishi Amazon series of her becoming the best finish line she can be. Yes. Like, she gradually gets like a sturdier flag and like does some arts and crafts. Hell yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that. I got Taishin Naruto Brian so Neum. Like, we're not getting Taishin to Neum. That's the problem. She no Neum. She just be here. It was the other one, right? It was the bottom one. Never mind. It doesn't matter anymore. Hi, there you are. There's another 10-pull Taishin. Shame she will never rank better than C. That's the monkey paw curls. There we go. Hannah's got it. Hannah's got it. What's the joke about Hishi Amazon? In the anime, at least in season 1, all she really does, like, she's this really cool, powerful fighty horse, but all she does is they take her and put her at the finish line and tell her to like watch who finishes first. Like, she just holds the finish flag, or she stands there and like checks who wins the race. That's all she does repeatedly. Your streamer like was, oh, I have the Honses, but then they're gonna fight you. Yeah. Yeah. Look at all these horses. The monkey paw curls. They all bite you. Later season, she's replaced with a cardboard cutout. Great. Migraine before Rima Keenan. Don't worry, I have an IRL migraine right now. Somebody must hold the flag. Must somebody, though? Must somebody hold the flag? Can we not just, like, make, you know, like, put the flag into the ground? No? No, we can't? Someone needs to, like, switch it around? Really? This is depressing. This is just depressing, dude. Migraine before Summon 2 is my bread and butter. Behold, my arsenal of impressive coaching skills. I get a migraine when I want. Tasuno, the director's job? The director's job is to direct, and Tasuno's job is... Actually, what is Tasuno's job? Go power through the migraine, hope for the best, or to spend a turn on infirmary. What month is it, Witchat? How deep are you in? Really? I should stop, like, paying the clock tax on this. We finish URA with under 1000 every stat and her failing the URA. That is the culmination of a dog shit run where we're not buying skills either. Oh my god. That is awful, dude. Absolutely awful. Oh. She said to handle the director, keep her from running people over with the track paver. Is she doing a good job of that though? Is she? I don't know. I personally don't know. Alright. Alright. Quick assessment. Quick assessment. That's my track paver now? Wait. Do we still bond level in our fans? I don't care. Actually, I do care about a bond level. I want to see the last part of her story. I haven't seen the last bit of her story yet. Senior year, early December. You ignore migraine. You just keep going with chat. Like, unless your energy isn't full, like, unless you're kind of like middling on energy, in which case you can infirmary, but I just like go through it. You got something out of it. That's not a worthwhile something. Alright, so here is a decision to make. Here's actually a couple of decisions to make. You have to take the small wins in situations like this? No, you don't. You absolutely don't. It is 4 hours until finale, right? It's 4 hours until finals. I was pretty sure that the Taishin trouble was going to last until we do finals. It turns out we're done with her now. I mean, Group A finals, yeah, decidedly. And it wasn't close either. Here we are. There we are. Group Agnes? No, like Group Agnes was a very different tournament. That was a very, very different tournament. I am currently contemplating what I'm doing. I had terrible run too. I did a stupid. I forgot to run my remaining tickets on the second day of run 2. I ran the one on stream, and then I went, oh, I'm going to run the others as well, but I'm going to take a nap first. And then I took that nap, and then I forgot to run the other tickets. So day 2 of round 2, I ran 1 ticket instead of 4. That is really pricey, because that's a good amount of resources to get. Oops. Take a nap till finals. I'm legitimately considering just, like, going to bed. Yes, Ryder. Exactly. Just being curious, are the prizes for first, second, and third for all players, or do they depend on the placing of the horses? That's actually a really good question, the chat. So the first player is whoever comes first, right? Like whoever lands first in the race is first. Then the rest of the horses do not count. The next player to finish is second, and then the rest of their horses do not count. And then the last player is third. Done. But you might have to rephrase that question because I don't know whether that's an answer. So let me reread that real quick. Are the prizes for first, second, and third for all players, or do they depend on the placing of the horse? Like, if you're not in finals, you're not getting shit, right? Oh, you mean if I come first, second, and third with all my horses? If my 3 horses go first, second, and third, do I get all of this? No. That would be fucking funny, though. That would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious, but no, that's not how that works. Like, if you made it to finals, you are at least getting third place rewards, right? You're at least getting third place rewards. And whoever comes second gets second place rewards, and whoever comes first gets first place rewards. And I don't quite know what's up with the titles. Like, aren't they, like... Is only first place getting all of the titles? That feels weird. Like, shouldn't bronze go to third? Shouldn't, like, silver go to second? I don't know what's up with these, if I'm being entirely honest. Or do they work in a way of... No, I have no idea how they work. Never mind. On the bright side, if you win Group B finals, you get better than third. You do! You do. How many teams did your fastest Hons beat, not who passed the post first? Wait, what? Realistically, it would have been better just have each participant run only their ace. Well, the thing is, we're still doing team tactics, right? Yeah, you're gonna get something no matter what. Exactly, Ghostry. Exactly. Only the first place gets the titles. They will change that later. It's very fucking stupid. Platinum title is for Group A first place along with gold title. Okay. But that makes sense, Zelda. That makes a lot of sense. But what about the silver cup? Like, why does the silver not go to second place? Why does bronze not go to third place? Why? Like, I don't understand that part. That part is a bit beyond me. Like, imagine you're on the Olympics, right? And, like, you go to race, and you get put on the podium at the end, first, second, third, and they just give all of the medals to the first guy. Like, what? Huh? What do you mean? Is there a CM in the future that lets you run just one? No, that's not a thing. All CMs are 3 versus 3 versus 3. There are only winning titles, I think. Yeah, but why is there 4 of them? I understand why there's a platinum and a gold. Gold is whoever wins the finals. Platinum is for the one that wins the Group A finals. I get that. But why do the other titles even exist then? That's not how that works. They couldn't afford the prize and the medals, so the medals are for first place to sell. The second-hand racing market, of course. I want to thank my parents and number 2's parents and number 3's parents. Are there not 4 cups for the Open League? The Open League doesn't fucking matter. No one cares about Open League. Oh my god, that's exactly what it is. Fuck, that's exactly what it is, Njord. That is what they exist for. Fuck, that's what it is. Okay, yep. That, thank you, Njord. Thank you, that explains it. Okay. That's why first place gets all the titles. Does Highlander activate and count towards Tail Hill Tide? That depends on whether the first up for Highlander is in the middle of the race. Why would a player one plat title, want to use the bronze title? In this case, the logic is more they get all the titles so that they don't feel like they missed out on being better than others. That's really all it is. Hey, look at me, I won graded Finals A, but I really wanted the title from Open League Finals B. Huh. That's not a good system. But at least now I understand it. This is kind of silly. But... here, this is the team, by the way. This is who we're running. There they are. 3 hours, 47 minutes. Brian would have been great if Super Crew get cooperated. You didn't get swinging, Maestro, I guess? No swinging? Huh. 3 aces? Yeah, what do you want to run? A debuffer? For what reason? You really think the people that made it into final Group A don't have enough stamina already? You really think that Nice Nature is going to do anything to people with 1,200 and 1,000? Cool debuffs you got there. Unfortunately, everyone else is running faster. Anyway. That's the problem. That's the problem. This Brian is over 1k speed and almost 1,200 stamina. No, that's insane. What the fuck? Oh, that's so good though, Witchhead. I'm so sorry. I'm super tempted to make a Brian for next cup as well. I'm super tempted to just make a Brian instead of do the end closer thing. Because she's not that hard to train for it, right? 20% stamina bonus does a lot for a horse. Like, a lot. And we've seen her perform here. Might do a Grass Wonder. You want to run, like, End Grass? Like, End Grass... no, not End Grass. You need to run Late Grass Dominator, right? Late Grass Dominator? Think of making Daiwa? Daiwa isn't, like, the worst choice. Daiwa is not the worst choice. Pace Daiwa? Or... if I have to run more Gold Chip runs, I go nuts, yeah. Maybe the answer is I punch through the Narita Taishin and then I do not go Gold Chip, I go Brian instead. No Domi Pure Ace? I would still add Dominator even on Pure Ace, teased. Dominator is a skill that's good, like too good not to run. People that put Dominator only on debuff builds are kind of wrong. Like, Dominator is so fucking powerful. It's so good. Running it with 10... wow. What? But without swinging, Maestro? Or... Team Narita? Yeah, exactly. We need a third Narita. Is there a third Narita? Anime McQueen is cooldown in the potentials. Innate, that means you don't have to bring the stupid McQueen stamina card, right? So you could bring a better training stamina card. In fact, that's kind of, like, not the worst idea ever. One of the skill points. Ah, shit. That's brutal. It's a shame, it's such a good skill. Ah, she only has 10% stamina. I do not like that the old costumes have such whack... like, hyper whack growth rates. Annoying. Even spam might be interesting. Oh. It's Po 2? I've not looked at Anime McQueen on account of she's, like, not good, but... okay. Yeah, nope, that's... oh, not that. That's pretty chill access, yeah, you're right. Opinion and Outer Swell? I don't like Outer Swell. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Overall, how do I put this? So, Outer Swell. Outer Swell is target speed. Target speed bonus on final corner, right? There are very, very specific race courses where this matters. Right? There are very, very few race courses where this matters. If you are going into final corner directly before last leg, then that's pretty cool. If you are going into final corner before last spurt, that's cool. At any other time, you're kind of busy accelerating and the buff from Outer Swell does nothing. Having said that, Outer Swell itself is cheap enough to just grab. The one that I really wouldn't grab is its upgrade. Rising Dragon is kind of just a waste of points at that point. It's just a waste then. It's like, they're like 180 base, right? So like 360 base is just not worth it. Anime Teo has an 8 race planner. How about, instead of running... normal Teo doesn't have the race planner, right? Yeah, Anime Teo could work. Also, still not a good horse, on account of certain victory being kind of bad. But... yeah, the point is race planner, right? Clearly, the problem is that we don't have Manhattan Cafe yet. Does any one of you know what Manhattan Cafe's growth bonus is? Remember, the general pattern for a normal costume horse is like 20 and 10, right? 20 and 10. For alt costumes, it's usually 10, 10, 10. For Manhattan Cafe, it's 30 stamina. Done. It's so good. It's so good, dude. Nothing else. Just coffee for days, baby. It's just the coffee. Why can't she be out already? Where's my Manhattan Cafe? Okay, talking about Temtem? Wait, what? Temtem up? You'll just bring 5 speed cards and 1 stamina card, accidentally 12-12. Yeah, kind of, Aura. Given that I currently do that on Rudolph, and we usually end at like 12-900 on 5-1, yeah. Does focus count towards tail held high? What? No. Tail held high specifically needs you to activate skills in the mid-race. Focus activates from the box.
Horse Girl game.
Mal! Hello, Mal. How you doing? Thank you for the... God damn it. 78 months. Insane. Horse Girl game, indeed. It's only for skills during the mid. Yes, correct, Witchat. Absolutely correct. A focus is good to trigger the early game version of Tail Held High. Don't quote me on that. Groundwork. Groundwork is early acceleration if you activate 3 or more skills in early. And focus can very easily be one of those. Mel, how you doing? Hello, hello. I actually run just 1 stamina card on Gold Trip as well with a stamina inheritance. I can get to 900 relatively easy. Yep. Yep. I'm making the same experience as well, Alex. I'm making the exact same experience. Weirdly enough, my stamina doesn't get massively better if I bring 2. It's been really strange. Like, the difference between 4-2 and 5-1 has been that speed's a lot easier, and stamina is just the same. And it's mostly down to the fact that you're worried about consistency, but the double stam training doesn't really change much. Sure, go for it, Witchat, go for it. There's a strat to set up Highlander TTH or the like. What do you mean a strat to set up Highlander TTH? Highlander triggers on an uphill, right, Teast? So the question is, does the track you're running have an uphill in mid? Recovering from surgery 2 weeks ago? Oh, damn. I hope everything went well, Mel. I hope everything went well. And I wish you a great recovery. Hold up, like my allergies are killing me. 1 second, everyone. I was actually playing around with 4-1-1 power wit. Don't do that. Huge waste. 4-1-1 power wit is a build that you use on some parents, especially for like tail held high setups. Yane Mutiki as a card is crack. But like using that on an ace is a whale territory. And you said you're free to play. You don't get to like do anything with that. It's awful. But better than the last one. Ugh. I mean, at least that's something, right? At least that's something. If the upper is mid and you set up 2 mid skills before that, like Maestro Prof Curve. So the problem with that is that the benefit from Tail Held High is going to be kind of mitigated that way, teased. You want Tail Held High to trigger on exactly like a good velocity skill. Here's where I reveal that I do not know off the top of my head what Highlander actually even does. Highlander is fucking acceleration. Why would you want accelerate TTH velocity? Yeah, and water's wet. Like, the power of Tail Held High isn't that it's velocity. The power of Tail Held High is that it auto-activates after something else has activated. That means Tail Held High, as well as the thing that previously activated, are going to be active at the same time, giving you a pretty big velocity window that you can now accelerate into. Highlander is bonus acceleration. Why would you give a shit about that? You want Tail Held High to trigger with another velocity skill so that both of them together can go wee. Highlander no do that. That's why Slipstream is popular. That's why Ramp Up is popular. That's why Playtime is Over is popular. All of these can trigger relatively close together and then give you a massive window in which you have plus 0.9 velocity, which is gigantic. It's actually 0.6, but you get the point, right? It's a shit ton of bonus velocity. Highlander is just not good in that regard. That's not good in that regard. Hold up, let's see. Oh, that's a lot of screenshots. What the fuck? Oh, are you still in the process of learning? Okay, let's have a look. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Maybe you underestimate how fast you naturally accelerate? Yes, teased. That's exactly what it is. You accelerate fast enough for this to not matter. So what is this one for? Witchat? What is this one for? Just like for running, or like for next CM, or like for she's funny, or for the streets? Groove's still there, yeah. You would need the uphill shortly before the acceleration zone for Highlander to be valuable. Yes, but we're specifically talking about the combination Highlander Tail Held High, Renzoku. We're specifically worried about that part. But you're right. You're absolutely right. I would use it for long, but without Swing Master, the next CM would be out of the window. I mean, the next CM is out of the window because you already taught her Redshift. That's the real reason why the next CM is out of the window. Curve. Love how that's loading. Straightaway Adept? Don't do that. I can defend focus, I suppose. Lay low, calm in the crowd. We have nothing. Nimble Navigator on ends is going to be interesting. Homestretch Haste is a choice, I suppose. I wouldn't. Outer Swell. Honestly, there's kind of nothing here I teach her. There's nothing here. So, this is a medium runner, Witchet. You can make her run medium. The requirement for medium without stamina recovery is like 1,100 something. So, do that. She's actually going to be quite decent on medium. But she has stats, she has nothing else, is the problem. If you make her run medium, then the Redshift is also not that big of a waste. That's actually kind of cool. Empress Divine Might is a perfectly fine skill to grab on her. Curve is fine. you have base corner recovery, I suppose. And if you make her run medium, then like shit like straightaway adept is also fine to just have. It's not gonna be good, but sure, why not, right? Why the fuck not? Medium straightaways, by the way, is the single best skill you can pick up if you make her a medium runner. That skill is insane. I know you didn't pick it because you were building it for late, but for longs, but not without stam recovery, right? So, yeah, like, throw her into medium. Throw her into a medium team. She is going to be very, very good on a medium team with chat. She's going to be hella good on a medium team. Like, you're debuff immune, you have skills coming out of your ears. Like, your skill setup isn't, like, refined. But you've got Professor of Curvature. You've got Highlander. You're just going to have to rely on it, right? Like, you've got Lone Wolf. And then Tail Held High can trigger off of... The good news is, if you're running a medium, most racetracks have corner recovery and Professor of Curvature during mid. That's 2 out of 3 for Tail Held High. Who's like she's overqualified with the stamina? Barely. Remember, 1,100 is the minimum without recovery. The additional stamina that you have just makes you debuff immune. That's not being overqualified. That's being resilient. It's pretty good. Second summer done, 1,000, 1,100? Hell yeah! That sounds insane. Who are you currently running? Who are you currently running? And also, what's your deck? There's a decent chance your Redshift triggers Tail Held High? What? Why would Redshift trigger Tail Held High? I mean, it depends on the race course that you're on, right? If your final corner is within mid, then it can. If it's not, then... Oh, the Golchi run! Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? Awful. Because I'm not doing anything, that's the reason. Nah, honestly, with those stats, Witch Hat, like, I know this sucks a little, but put her into medium. She's gonna do great on medium. Level 30 Tosho, level 30 Creek. What the fuck? What? That's an insane run. That is an insanely powerful run. Well done, well done. The level 30 Tosho is just brutal, huh? I mean, level 30 Creek is standard, right? Hell yeah. Like, finish it out. Don't let it explode. That's the important part. Don't let it explode. Final corner and middle leg sounds unlikely. It's more likely than you think. There's a hell of a lot of tracks that fulfill that requirement, my friend. Probably got Charming early, multiple 4/5s. I mean, yeah, that's how that works. That's how you get there. I hit Spurt Gambit in both long skills. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. That is lovely. Absolutely lovely. Hell yeah. Alright, I've decided what I'm gonna do. I'm going to bed. That's what I'm gonna do. The original plan was to... Oh. Sorry. The original plan was to wait until finals. But honestly... I don't think I want to like sit around for another 3.5 hours. I figured we could bridge the time by running Taishins, but like, you saw how that went. The runs just did not go that well today. We've had some cracked runs in the past, so yeah, this might just be the karmic debt I have to pay off right now. This might just be the karmic debt. Dice Gambit in the middle. I don't have the mindset for Dice Gambit right now, so right, we're doing Dice Gambit on Thursday. There's the finals. No, like, I'm not waking up for the finals either. I'm waking up tomorrow morning for work. And then I'm going to be running the finals. And then I'm going to post pictures on Discord, I suppose. I suppose that's what I'm going to be doing. Having said that, everyone, not to disappoint you all, but that's probably the last of the UMA for this week. That's probably the last UMA for this week. Not just probably. We're going to do Dice Gambit Thursday, Friday. And Saturday, we are going to be playing Earthborn Rangers. There might be a Sunday UMA. There might be. There likely isn't. There'll be more next week. We'll do more UMA next week. It's mostly going to be the new event starting soon in 2 days, remember? The new, like the wedding event is starting as well. And we'll do that. We'll do that next week. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna fall asleep now. It's legitimately just gonna go. Thank you everyone for being here today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, or night, or evening, whatever it currently is, wherever you are. Good luck in your finals. With finals coming up in 3 hours, I hope you win everything that you need to win. For everyone that's still in the finals, you've worked hard for this. I know that a lot of you have worked considerably hard at this. Do me one favor. Do me one favor. If you win the finals, like, send me screenshots. Here's a Discord. Brag. All the best to you all. And with that, I'm gonna go to sleep.